Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome everybody to BeoTalk number 243. uh, as per usual, I would start with things, but YouTube terms of service have changed, and I haven't told Willie yet, but they take umbrage with swearing now. And you muted yourself, so that's always good. I hear something. What?
Okay, is this working?
Yes.
I don't know what the hell. It's weird. So what happened? What? They actually changed the terms of service?
Yeah, they don't like it when people swear anymore.
Okay, so
I'm just wondering how much YouTube will take umbrage with our stream.
How long I'm gonna last?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna mouse it. That's it. They can't get to that.
Yeah, or you can only swear in Slovakian because that's one of those languages where nobody knows what it means, so it's fine.
I'm sure kurva is in the algorithm. I'm sure that's gotta be there. Because it's like all over the place. Anyways.
So go check out our friends over at the Skinny Play. I'll have a link and a discount code. You get 10% off, which is always a good thing. I should have had a bleep button ready, but as people well know, this is the most unrehearsed show there ever is.
I should have a bleep button because I know what I'm gonna say. That would make sense. That's funny.
I will bleep 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 bleep.
Bleepity bloopity blop. All right, this is gonna be tough already.
So go to Skinny Play, buy anything, or like for your stage or whatever. They make covers that are fully reversible, and you get 10% off if you use the promo code. Which is always nice. Then we have our other friends over at Prestige Creators. Go follow them on Instagram and on their website and that sort of thing.
They make some nice wood.
Yeah, they rub it properly with oil. So it slots right in.
God, this is going to be tough.
We also have a Substack if you are tired of watching our faces do certain expressions and or other things. And if you already know what we're talking about and you don't need instructional videos, then go subscribe to our Substack. And of course, we have a Discord, which is always good fun. And you'll be the first to know everything because regardless of whatever happens to YouTube, etc., that will keep chugging along. So, also point of housekeeping, tomorrow's stream is moved to Tuesday because I have stuff to do tomorrow and therefore I'll figure out what we'll do on Tuesday, but just FYI. Hope everybody's doing well. Also, leave a like and subscribe if you haven't yet already. Helps us out a lot. And if you want a guaranteed answer to your question under topic, super chat option is always open.
There you go. Is that all of it?
I think so. Did you have a good week?
My week was very interesting, my friend.
More theaters?
A couple more theaters, obviously mine. I was playing with it. Friday, actually, I got a phone call that right after I was done my storage locker moving and all that nonsense. I pulled out the 18s, as you can see. And the dog. Gotta have the dog. And went there and back, blah, blah, blah. Got a phone call like half hour before the warehouse closes that the Vesa mount showed up.
Sweet.
So I hauled my booty all the way over there, picked it up, and put the 65-inch panel by myself up on the theater.
Nice.
Which was an interesting process, but I have got it done. First try, believe it or not. I guess I've done 14 of them, for God's sake, so I should know what I'm doing.
Well, 65 is also where you can still sort of carry
You can
it.
still grab it, yeah. 77, that'd be shooting my back out, or I wouldn't even be able to, because you can't go low enough, even if you grab it like this, because your fingers don't fit between the gap, right?
Yeah.
So I bought the G2 panel. It's much thinner than the C2, of course, because
Yes.
the back end, it looks much sleeker. No vibration, of course, whatsoever. 2 noise complaints so far. So, dude, I got a noise complaint at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Like, she comes in and I'm like knocking on the door. I'm like, what? Right? Go open the door. I'm like, I'm your next door neighbor. Like, not even introduced her name or nothing, right? Just, I'm your neighbor, and I just like I work from home. I'm like, well, so do I guess.
What do you want?
Yeah, I was like,
Bleep.
can you turn it down, right? I'm like, I'm having a hard time explaining this without cussing. So yeah, I'm like, okay, I'll turn it down and whatever. But I got it before the New Year, so before all the whatever she moved in or other tenants moved in, so I was alone on the floor.
Yeah.
And I kind of lost that perception that the
Other
people might
people
live
live
here.
there.
But man, like this thing is absolutely insane. Like I actually have it, like the max volume that you set on the
Yeah.
thing. I think I have it to like at the most I let it go to 70% of its all the way potential. Because it's these paper walls, and I already got Karen, so I don't need to start no thing. And I was literally like, do I bring the 18s now, knowing that she's already starting the fire, right? Yeah, I'm gonna bring the 18s.
Of course you
Why
do.
not? So there they are. And speaking of oiling, I had oiled the lamellas before I packed them up.
Yeah.
I was wondering what they come out like. Oh my god, they come out like because they set for a few months now, right? They are absolutely gorgeous, and I ordered the walnut bespoke,
Sweet.
so it's gonna be all done.
So how much is that Canadian? Because in USD
21.
it's like $350 more or something.
It's $2,100 for the bespoke or walnut, and I think $1,700 for the oak, and then it's like $400 or $500 for the melange. So
For the fabric, you mean?
yeah, the fabric.
Oh yeah, that's like for the mix. What mix?
No, the gray melange. But
Yeah.
I think whoever is making those in Poland should take a little bit more care in putting the fabric on, because we've had a couple that was all wavy and whatnot. Like it wasn't done properly, or the glue's coming off. And I don't know if it's just the production that they've changed the tape, because I've seen some that are perfect.
Mm-hmm.
But I had come across some that were a little bit of a shiitake mushrooms.
And I take it you're certain it's not because of shipping or something like that.
The what, sorry?
I take it it's not because of shipping or something like that.
For what? For the walnut?
No, for the cloth.
No, but I see the shipping. Like I think they honestly need to revisit how they pack in the damn grills, because I've had a couple that the 3 lamellas are glued right on the because they started gluing them because they found that people were breaking them off. But the problem is that they're glued in. When they break off, you have to glue that exact same one in there, because you can't you can't carve anything out. So this one came in perfect, but I had seen, well, I don't know, I still think 2 out of I don't know how many we did with oak grills. I think
You probably had around 25
7.
now, at least.
No, but I think I did about 7 out of those 14. No, more than that. I think 8 or 9 would be oak. I did one that was this dark oak.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, that is so dark. It looks almost like ebony. It's I don't.
It almost looks burned.
Yes. It doesn't look that good.
Do you know how much the smoked oak is more? Because somebody said his
I
dealer
think it's the
quoted him
same.
100% extra.
Smoked with what, cigarettes around it? Like, because that doesn't make any sense. Or cigars? No, it's
Like you get those Cohiba wrappers around it.
we gotta take them all off. Oh yeah, you wouldn't want to have the Canadian ones. You could just get those goofy brown, dark green, or whatever the heck they are, like that olive drab military color bands, because everything is here. Smoke is not good for you. So no, he must be smoking because the dark oak, I believe, is the same. Like the only one that I've seen on the SKU that is more money is the walnut one.
But is the
I wonder
smoked
how
oak
much would it
available
cost.
yet?
Yeah. I did not the smoked oak. There is no smoked oak. There's dark oak. I mean, dark oak, light oak, and regular oak, and gray melange. That's the 4 options you get right now.
Yeah, the standard ones. But then you can have
Yeah,
the walnut, and I think smoked oak is also another option.
if it is, then it's probably going to be in the realm of $2,100. But don't quote me on it because I don't know. But that's basically, I think, the bespoke price, because you can't really ask much more for this. Like $2,000 for 74 sticks. Like, give me a freaking break here, people.
But it's
That's
all
a highway
floppy.
robbery. That, and also I don't know. I don't understand. Well, I guess I kind of understand why that vest amount costs so much money, because it actually is not made in China. It's made in Netherlands, so it's made by people that are actually paid real money in real life. So I understand why that costs so high. Because
If
if
only
this
it was
was
cheaper here because of shipping and stuff. But I have a feeling if we buy it here, it goes to Denmark first before it arrives back.
probably, but yeah, I am extremely happy. I think this is the best product that they had come out with in a long, long time. In a long, long time. Like I don't. The only time that I was really that excited when I bought any BNO was the Lab 90s. Like I was all over myself, right? Because obviously it's a lot of freaking money, but just
Yeah.
to have the utmost ultimate in sound was something that I always dreamt about, as a childhood dream type of thing. But yeah, the
But
theater, man, you cannot go wrong with this thing at all, bro. Like you cannot go wrong with it alone, with speakers, don't matter.
no, but they're also properly enormous, obviously, 90s, and it's a whole different realm of.
Well, yeah, it's a different class of speaker. Like if I brought those in here, I think that she would push me right off the balcony. She wouldn't even talk. Like these would blow holes in this freaking place, for God's sakes. Like, and feels bad. I don't think that I could fit the boxes through the narrow ass hallway that I have in here. So I don't think, like, because I measured it out, I would have to take the door handles out of the laundry room thing just to fit them in here, because the fridge tucks in all the way. But yeah, 2 speakers, that would be just too much.
Speaking about this custom thing, do you think dealers should have these custom colors if they're basically standard as a more expensive option in stores for people to view?
That's a hard thing to I guess say yes or no, or like mandatory yes or no, because not every dealer produces enough, I guess, turnaround or turnover that like we've sold a lot of theaters, so like it would make sense for Quebec-On to have a couple bespoke ones. Like we had, I didn't, Kareem brought 4 of those crazy A9s with that
Yeah.
Ferrari picture.
Yeah,
We've
yeah.
sold 2 of them like that day.
Oh, good.
And I was just shocked. Like, yeah, people do pay for it. So, and there is a need and want here. I guess Montreal's a little different than obviously like or redneck Calgary there. Yeah, right. There's oil money and whatnot, but here it's just there's a lot more prestige. I guess a lot more
Yeah, but if the
people
smoked
live
oak and
different.
walnut are basically the standard, you don't have to ask, you can just order parts, but
Hmm.
they are more. Why not have
They
them
are
in a?
more, but like Sandeep says, and I was gonna get to that, is to update the samples pack. I think they should do that. That box irritates the hell out of me, man, because it's the leather strap that holds it, right?
Mhm.
So when you walk in with it to the client and presenting it, the logo's upside down. That's just my OCD, right? But then you put it down, and when it opens, the logo's proper way up because the leather strap is presented to the client. And but I think that thing should be double the size, and it should have all the samples of wood, aluminium, and fabric covers that are involved in a Beosound shape as well, because there is a ton of different fabrics that you could essentially make bespoke something out of it, right? You could ask them to do a green balance for you.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
if they're the standard colors in the repertoire, they should probably. I mean, the theater seems to be selling enough that just about every dealer can justify having a walnut and a smoked oak sample cover there.
I agree with that, and especially here because there's a lot of people that, like, now we have Happy New Year's Prestige. We have three, well, including me, but excluding myself. There are two people that want walnut because the theater was put on a wall with the 77-inch screen.
Mm.
That was the lady that gave her husband a remote control for Christmas, and then we came in on 27th and put it on.
Nice.
And he had to pick us up because like it's a chalet, so like a cottage, right?
Yeah.
And it's so far up in the ski village, we could not get there with the van. Like, just I thought that the engine's gonna burn right off this little truck we had, and yeah, we had to accept the loss. And then he brought in a big Escalade. I'm like, thank God that you didn't buy 83 because that would not fit. But 77 fits perfectly into the back of an Escalade. Rolled in the theater, all the product, went up. First time I stayed behind, and then they came back, picked me up, picked up the tools, and went installed it. But anyways, we put that thing up, and it's gone up above a solid walnut cabinet.
Yeah, it's gonna look great with a walnut cover.
It just ties it together properly, right? And yeah, and the other guy that we did not too long ago, he also has a walnut bottom piece, but it's a marble on top, white marble, so it looks fantastic. I actually do have a photo of it.
I think I can pull it up from the.
Oh yeah, but I think I took like one in focus and stuff.
Yeah, I think I have several in focus.
Good. Then I don't have to worry about it.
Which need to look. We have so many people posting photos and stuff that I'm actually like forgetting.
Flooded.
Like where stuff ends up.
Oh. So yeah, that is something that I honestly, what I would wonder, obviously with the stupid money to pay for this, but what would the theater look like with aluminium spokes or aluminium lamellas, like polished? You know what I mean? Mirror polished aluminium.
Mm-hmm.
I think that would look sexy. It'd be proper heavy too.
Yeah, I just wonder how that.
Oh, I think like $3,000 easy, if not 4. Because then all these would have to be CNC machined. It would be pretty cool.
God, why am I this bad at searching through our own?
I couldn't tell you, bro.
Because I know who it's from, and it looks amazing.
Mm-hmm. See, by the time you find it, I could have just emailed you the one.
Found it. God damn it.
There you go.
I broke the rule.
Oh, no, we're bad now. You went first. That's funny. I win. So, yeah, this is just, this is oak cover. But it still looks good on the picture because the picture doesn't do the justice of the minute color differentiation between the walnut and, and it's not that it's too far apart from one another.
Yeah.
But it just looks absolutely perfect in there. And the funny thing is that we replaced a smoked oak stage. So as soon as we turned it on, he just said, "Holy, like that's a big difference." Like, of course, man, this is a different animal completely. And there's the pair of 18s flanking it too. So it's basically the same setup as I have here.
I mean, it's a great looking room, and it looks good in the room too.
The guy's got taste, man. and he's the exact same sucker as I am for Herman Miller stuff. So and nice furniture to begin with. So, oh man, I was on the verge. If I had a van yesterday, Friday, I would have brought my Eames chair and tossed this off the balcony here, like because I miss my chair.
I mean, yeah, I think I could see what you mean with the aluminium flats. I'm not sure they'll ever do it, and if it'll work right with the sort of plastic backing that holds it all up.
It would look like Rapper Steve or something, probably.
I have a grill.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Put Swarovski crystals on it too.
I mean, yeah, we'll see a lot of that in Florida with Lil Jon and those sorts of peeps.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, this definitely needs a walnut on it for sure. That panel right now is existing Sony TV, so it's just it's no Beo Remote 1. It's just simple for now. We're going easy on him.
Well, some people really care about that final.
He's more music. He's the exact same like me. He's more music than sound, or than picture. So it to him it don't matter.
Yeah, in which case I would prefer the LG actually.
Oh, if whenever this goes or he trades it in, whatever they figure out for a deal, yeah, he definitely needs to go for a G2 panel. And that thing, it's just the perfect combo.
Do we know how much the motorized wall mount protrudes from the wall? No, but the B&O website will tell you. Theater, and then...
Well, put it this way. It doesn't protrude from the wall more than 5 mils, and the rest is add the thickness of the theater. Because that entire arm that is the theater's resting on, it goes basically... You know, when you put those two black half covers or whatever, those shells, one of them stays out because that's where the motor part goes into. So there you go. It's not much.
So if you go to B&O's website, just about any product below has a product sheet that will tell you this sort of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And
go to the 65-inch panel for a second, please. I want to see if that swing out is different because of the panels are longer. The wings are longer.
60 degrees, it says.
It is 60 as well. Okay. Oh, I see why. Because it's offset by the spin angle is essentially the same.
Yeah. Which would just be weird with the 77, and you create another arm on an arm.
That'd be too much, man.
Yeah.
I find the 77 wings are absolutely the most that they could afford to ever go with it. Anything bigger, like for an 83, I think that they should figure out something that just have them taper a little bit. Like, I don't know, like there's got to be some geometric sort of solution that it's somewhat blends it together with the TV. But I think that, anything bigger than 77.
Yeah, it can't be square.
No. It needs to have a little bit of something on the bottom.
I mean, it may be even nice if you can have a shallow enough cut angle from the bottom where they would normally be to the corners. So it'd be more of a triangle, but maybe then go 65 with a more a 45 degree corner or something like that.
I would maybe follow even the bow of the theater, like that same curve. You know what I mean?
Yeah, make it a proper boat.
to round it out. Yeah, I'm extremely happy with this. Like, extremely happy with this. And yeah, the floor stand, perfect solution. Did you see the STB brackets they have now? For anybody that feels bad with their burnt out Avant and they want to move to the theater, they can actually do that now and still save their floor stand from the Avant. And I think the orbital axis or the planetary movement works still.
Really?
Yeah, bro. Because I would very much assume so. It's the same connector. It's just a software difference. It's the same thing. Like, I guess Biosystem 3, where You had BeoVision 7s with the wall brackets that tilted and panned, but you also had BeoVision 9 that only turned, but it was the same processor.
Well, somebody has to bite the bullet on that and test it, I guess. But
maybe we'll find a client because there is a lot of ons here too.
Yeah. Apparently they have a flat wall bracket now from STB as well. Or a close wall bracket.
That's something for Sandeep right there. Is it closed wall bracket or is it just an articulated thing?
Well, it does articulate a little bit, but the way it folds up is as tight as it could be, so to say.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's more or less that. This idea has been around since I think BeoVision 12, as far as that bracket is concerned.
Yeah.
From what I remember. So
I mean, personally, if you're gonna statically wall mount it, just use the included wall mounts.
I mean, that's as close as you can ever get is with the factory wall mount that they gave you.
Yeah. I mean, I do sort of understand in North America with paper walls and whatnot that this sort of thing is easier when you, depending on where you live, you can have 16-inch on center or 24-inch on center studs. So
yeah, but you can still use toggler bolts, which we use a lot here because there is not all the time that you have either the stud is somewhere where the hole was supposed to be, or I mean that you can't put a hole in. So. Or because of the goofy electrical plugs, because they usually mount those. I can't believe they still pull coaxial cable to the like in new builds. Like what for? What for? Put another Cat 6, not Cat 5, and everybody's running Cat 5 cables, which is terrible.
Yeah, that I truly don't understand.
Okay, hold on to this picture. Go back again where the theater is.
Yeah.
With the vessel. See that sticker? In the middle
sticker
that's
in the
never been there. It's same on my Vesa mount.
Yeah, that's some sound insulation.
I think it's a sound dampener because it's not on the first model that we have, but it's on this one. So they are doing something to mitigate the vibration.
It's like that stuff you put in under car carpet. It's sort of that tar paper type thing.
Yeah.
Because it gives
weird.
And mass and some rigidity.
And it's got a honeycomb design on it too. When you look closer, I know obviously you can't see it here, but yeah, that's what I noticed on. So they are mitigating. There's more and more padding. I see the things they're starting to figure out that I guess they let some engineers take it home and actually live with it for a while and see where it comes from. Because I don't know, sometimes you just can't figure out stuff at 9 to 5.
No. Well, it's also if you're in a factory or in an office or whatever, and there's a ton of people around, just general noise, you miss a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, I was calibrating my theater yesterday, and like something vibrated. I'm like, what? Then I look over, and it's the cheeseball fence, whatever they have, that the ducting here, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure there's crap left inside the ducts because quality of work here. As far as if I had people build my house this way, I would hang them all. I swear to God, like it's unbelievable. Like everywhere I look, I hate. Like I would call this not even maybe level 2 finish for people that are in drywall industry know and understand. Maybe level 3 if you're really nice to it. But man. Anyways, what is that? Oh, that's the gyro thing?
Yeah, that's still the same close wall mount thingamajiggy. Question from Gabriel, because you're a Beolab 9 lover. How do you think the theater compares to 9s?
Well, the 9s definitely 9s and 20s, like there's way more bass, but you can't really compare those two together. Because you never have the 9s, what, 1.5 meters apart to play stereo, first of all.
No.
Second of all, the amount of magic that this does to make itself sound wider and properly tuned position is being said and listened to. It's a completely different animal. But it's funny that you say the 9s because I actually have a set of 9s in my foyer that I haven't unpacked, and I'm not putting them in here. I'm driving them over to Halifax maybe next week. Not this Monday, but the next Monday. So I need to watch the weather because
It's a long
it's going to be
drive.
interesting. Oh yeah. So speaking of driving, I had met a guy through the shop that was buying speakers from us, and some massive Canton speakers. He is one of the high up guys in the Unitronics, and I had him look at my car, and he's like, bro, your injectors are pooched. Have you ever decarbonated your engine? I'm like, I don't know, whatever, man. Like, the only thing I know about decarbonating is when you have a flat soda when you forgot the can in the car for a day. I don't know what decarbonation is. I can tell you all about PowerLink, MasterLink, and BeoLink, but I can't tell you anything about the car inside. So I got him to basically he changed the injectors and decarbonated decarboned whatever the inside. I'll send you the pics, man. Unbelievable difference. And I had no idea that I had my car robbed, probably off of more than 100 horses, because it's chipped and it's 300 now. But like with the carbon buildup, you don't know you're losing performance because it's very slow, right? It's just you don't know. All of a sudden, like like what is going on? And the car can I had 40% clog.
Wow. That'll also mess up your gas mileage.
Everything, man, everything. I was throwing codes and stuff that my not enough pressure on the fuel rail and whatever, right? Because if it's all credit and there's it just leaks and sieves and my god. So yeah, he changed it all, dude. It's like driving a brand new Audi right now.
I forgot about that. We for some reason car talk, but for some reason our engines are quite similar, but mine is the European spec, obviously. And in North America, you just have direct injection. Here, you have direct injection and port injection. So my car has it's 4-cylinder, but it has 8 injectors. So, and because it's port sprayed, all that gunk gets washed away with gas that gets through the port injection.
Yeah, not here. So that goofy ass magic injector cleaner nonsense that doesn't work on Audis. Because it never goes. It's injected directly into the valve. It's never going around the injectors where it's supposed to clean. So it's just here's another 17 bucks of placebo feel good, and it doesn't do anything. So yeah, and it changed the car, man. It was wow. So it feels good.
Just for clarification, there are some rattles with the theater, but only if the screen is combined onto the theater with the screen mount interface. The theater itself doesn't rattle. So,
no, the only way that you can have the theater rattle that if you girly it out on tightening the screws for the wings, and then you get the micro rattle, because this thing produces a lot of vibration. And B, if you don't secure your cables in the back of that unit properly, they gotta be tight, or what I use the window seal tape, 5 mil thickness. You can buy them thinner, I think, and you just stick it on the back cover, and when you close it, it pushes everything onto that vessel mount, so there's no possible way that it'll ever rattle.
Yeah.
So those are the two things. If you get a C2 panel, then you are facing the possibility and very much likelihood of rattle of the parts within the TV itself. So
no, so the only time it'll ever rattle is the theater with the floor stand. If you don't have a panel on it, it'll never rattle. As soon as you...
And I guarantee you that, because I've had that set up for a week and something before my VESA mount came in. There was nothing out of it. It's just solid. You do the calibration, solid.
So there's two possibilities. I found that the screen mount interface has a tiny bit of play in it. as in like it's secure and it sits on those pegs that you put in the back, but there's like 0.5 millimeter of play, but this thing produces so much force that starts to do literally that. That either it's in the mount itself, which I think they now have like sort of rubber pads for that you put on there, so that stops it. But then there could also be some transfer of vibrations into the panel, and then it depends a bit on which panel you have. I have a C panel, but it's not directly attached with the screen mount interface, so nothing rattles. Also, I have an 83-inch panel, so it may just be that if it rattles, whatever moves at a slower pace.
It's inaudible to you, or the boards are spread out enough that there is enough room between anything that, you know, like, cause sometimes all it takes is a freaking ribbon cable touching the back of the panel and it's zzz, right?
Yeah.
So I would, Gabriel is my plan is to use C2. Don't be cheap, man. Spend another whatever $1,000 or whatever it is and get a G2, man. You cannot go wrong. It looks much nicer, much sleeker.
It's like €400 more, yeah.
Yeah, dude. Like, here, the other way. So let's turn.
Okay, man.
Look how thin it is, bro. Okay, so you don't get the C panel actually comes all the way flush here, so these you can actually see the metal posts from the VESA mount. You can't see anything with the G2 panel.
Yeah, also like half of the rattling I suspect is an LG problem more than a B&O problem, because
it's 100%.
So 100%. The C2 is obviously cheaper for a reason, because the build quality is generally lower. Also, because it's thicker, they just sort of stuff in wherever there's space. With a G2, they actually, because it's so thin, they have to like tactically place stuff. And it's just better built in that way, because you actually have to think about how you do it.
Mm-hmm. It's $1,100 cheaper for the C2, or 1,100 euros. Yeah, Gabriel, but at the end of the day, like, you're already spending a good portion of money on something that you are going to end up being disappointed with when you put it on a floor stand. I guarantee you that you're going to have vibration, because it's just you're going to hate your life, and then you will end up buying a G2 panel or trading it in, because you're not going to get it to the theater. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I would not even mess about whatsoever. And to fully demonstrate my commitment to the G2 panel, we shall peel the screen, because I was waiting all this time. Oh, look at that.
Get yourself a shower curtain.
That's right. There it is.
Sweet.
Go. Done. Now it's mine.
Nice.
Nice. There we go. There's my little peel.
I mean, to put it this way, like, this is old photo of my setup. But if you have it done like this, where this is on the wall and the theater or the panel is also on the wall, it doesn't vibrate or anything. No vibrations, no weirdness, no nothing. Mm-hmm. But if you want to, for whatever reason, basically statically hang it and use the screen mount interface, for which I would say, like, why? Because save the money and buy the better panel. But if you want to save some money like I did, then just don't buy the screen mount interface and buy some standard VESA mount for just the panel, because in the box is a wall mount for the theater. So,
you still got your goddamn plastic on, bro.
Yeah, this is an old photo.
Oh, okay. Like,
I mean, I was more like trying to show the how you could hang it without spending too much money on the screen mount interface, or having rattles. Like, unless you need that movement, just don't have it. Wall mount gang.
I don't know. The floor stand really is in my eyes, just like Sergey says, it's the only proper BeoVision look, man. In
Yeah.
my eyes, right? Like it's the sexy, and I like the turnies because I need to have my imaging when I'm cooking proper, so the bloody thing turns 15 degrees because why not, right? I
So
could have saved a
technically,
lot of
you
money.
need a rotational sensor where it like keeps on tracking you when you go cutting onions, looking at the steak, cutting onions.
That'd be, the annoying part would have been if it had to change between the tuning positions because it does mute the music for a little bit. Right? That's one thing that I understand why it doesn't let you, but I wish it did. When you tune something, you can't go back into the listening position without the microphone being plugged into the theater to adjust the stand position.
Yeah.
Because I understand its angle and imaging goes somewhere else. It's no longer tuned for the position that it's supposed to be. But I don't know. I just wish there was a way to edit that. I also wish that there was a way to edit or delete the speakers after you disconnected them. Because now I have a Phantom Beolab 11 inside it. I have to take the subwoofer out of the box, plug it into the PowerLink 4, and go
Wait,
in and
did you
delete
come
it.
and complain about the BeoLab 11? It's too bassy.
It's too bassy, bro. No, I just put it in here just to see what it would do, right? And how would it behave if they put it, behind myself or by the theater in the center of the room, and what it does for the tuning as far as that goes. But it for some reason doubled the distance every time I measured it. I don't understand why. It's only with the Lab 11. Like obviously the 18s are on Y side, they just connect no problem. But this Lab 11 now I can't take it out. Like it's not included in anything, but I forgot to delete it, which feels bad. It's almost I think that bug is fixed in the Halo, where if you disconnected the product off of your account and removed it off your account, type of thing,
Mm-hmm.
you didn't nuke it from the Halo, it still shows up as can't be connected to, right? But you can't.
Yeah, you can't delete it.
You can't delete. You gotta factory reset the Halo, which is kind of silly.
I guess you can take. Oh no! Once it's gone out of the app, you can't take it out of the remote either because it's no longer in the app. Like you can tick what products you want in your Halo.
Right.
Crap.
Yeah, it's a little silly. BeoLab 11 did very little to, I would say, nothing with the Beosound Theater. Like this thing has so much bass for how little room I'm in that it really wasn't.
I'm in a way larger room, and the theater can overpower most rooms, even this size.
Yes.
I mean, I said it before, but the doors in my hallway are shaking if I turn it up past 65, 70-ish.
I would say that because I had obviously I have the Lab 11s and I had Lab 11 Lab 11s. What the heck am I talking about? BeoLab 1s.
Mm-hmm.
I had the BeoLab 11 with them, and that does help the bottom end very slightly, but it does help the bottom end. Where with the theater, the drivers are more or less the same. The excursion is much bigger on the theater, and it really it didn't do much. Like I moved the TV from that location here, and the whole idea behind this is that this is glass, so it kind of helps the bass to vent out instead of just going either blowing the head off of this neighbor or the other neighbor, because I'm in the middle. I wish it was a corner unit, fudge. But yeah, and I'm also going to tune the speakers because like this is a Murphy bed behind me. So if it's up and I want to watch a movie, I can just move the 18s like properly behind myself and have a proper, I guess, a triangle effect. 18s work very well with the theater, I have to say.
Yeah, I'm still amazed at how well the 18s finally perform attached to the theater.
Mm-hmm.
Like they were always okay, but now they're actually good.
But you know what? It also is a very logical sales proposition because now you're paying a little bit more for the rear channels than double for the rear channels if you were to go with the 28s, right?
Yeah.
So for me, like logically, I guess I would go if I were to go, a pair of 28s as rears or two pairs of 18s with the theater. I'm going with the two pairs of 18s. You're gonna bleed a little bit more money. Depends on what oaky wood finish you're gonna go with. But I think I would go with the double 18 and a theater instead of the 28s, personally. Knowing what I know now, you would never match them on the base, but in a space like I'm here, where you have neighbors and you are pissing people off because in the apartment building. The problem with the 28s, and the reason why I'm not like the biggest proponent of them for at least myself, is because they're downward firing. In the house, you're fine, but if you're in an apartment, dude, like that base carries through. Like I had lap fives in my old place in Calgary, and I put them beside the fives. I had Andrea come over and we were both listening to them first. Like she's like, these sound like speakers because 90s are so transparent, right?
Yeah.
But she just said, and we both agreed, like you could never own these here because it just like as soon as the bass hammered, bro, it just like like Jurassic Park on the freaking coffee table, all the water's rippling and shit. So oh my god, I'm like no, that's.
Well,
I'd
also
rather...
Jurassic Park for your neighbors below you. Their ceiling light is...
Bro, like the freaking dust is falling off their lamps. So yeah, I couldn't own those. But
should
50s
literally
or
turn
90s.
on Jurassic Park when those footsteps and you see...
That was also one of the demos when I guess the first Avatar movie was cool, and that cat, like when he first meets with that big cat that chases him, or that rhino, whatever it is.
Yeah, vaguely.
Yeah, and it just like because it's like six-legged, right? So
Yeah.
it stomps those front 4 feet, and you could literally see in our theater in the showroom the glass, the water would ripple in it. So yeah, they got some serious vibration, I guess, problem.
I think I'm with Sandeep that the whole Avatar thing was a bit meh.
I'm not. The only reason why I said that because that was one of our demos, right? Because it was one of those demos that you had to have, just like they killed the Queen basically with the demoing it as well. The Bohemian Rhapsody, whatever it's called, that movie. Every like every store has its demo, and every what's it called? Yeah, in every store there's one or two tracks that have died for people because it's just the demos, right? And I understand that you know exactly what to expect and what it is.
If you turn on Avatar right now, you're literally going miming the lines of those few scenes.
Right? Like it's just you know exactly what's gonna come. So I'm like, no, yeah, that's one of the things that sucks about being in sales and doing demos because obviously you got to know your shit. Oh, there we go. Beep. And second of all, the only way to do it is with routine, right? So
yeah. These are pictures from BeoJohn, by the way. He changed the black for the oak, and it all matches
up. It looks
up.
nice. It looks nice. Theater is very tricky with that oak, man, because it's sometimes it's too bright, sometimes it's too dark. Depends how the light hits it, and camera really struggles with it. Like those 18s look walnuts to me almost.
I also think by the looks of the light dispersion, there's almost directly a light on the theater where there isn't on the speakers. Maybe a little bit on the rear speaker, but
yeah.
But
it's nice. I like it.
I want to say my theater is slightly lighter than my 18s.
How can you tell? You got a red light going on in there.
Yeah, but not over here.
Oh.
Like I'm looking at that 18.
Oh, okay.
But it's also my 18s are, 10 years older than the theater? And like, I haven't really cleaned them other than dusted them. So it's probably also like a bunch of air pollution, not cleaning them, that makes them darker with time.
Well, yeah, wood usually goes brighter in the sun too, right?
Yeah.
So it depends where they sit. It's one of the reasons
Um,
why I reoriented the room, because one of the 18s was here and it was getting hit by the sun. I'm like, no, 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 we're not having that.
sort of tongue-in-cheek question from the Twitch side: do people with 18 stand while they listen? Actually, not needed because the lenses are slightly down firing, although you can't really tell that from the picture. When they're on the floor stand, after about 2.5 meters, they're at ear level when somebody is sitting on an average high chair.
I don't know. I To
So,
me, 18s, they sound very nice and they're very transparent. Like they're very natural speaker. They're not
yes,
powerful, but they're very natural sounding speaker.
yes.
And obviously they've tuned for it. If you think about it, with the acoustic lens being so high up versus, let's say, lap threes on the floor stands, which are basically like size of a big dog. That's as far as the height is. So
If you put them next to each other and look at the lenses, the internal lens shape is actually different on the 18s versus the 3s.
is it?
I mean, the it's similar, but the 18s are, they have a slightly different curvature, like looking 90 degrees off to the side on
But they're also
versus,
recessed further down into the
yeah.
speaker.
So that, I mean, it's with reflection, it's all angles anyway. So that 1, 2, 3 degree difference probably makes a heck of a lot of difference 2, 3 meters out.
Mm.
Morning, Sao Paulo.
There you go.
I mean, I do love the way 18s look. They're fucking classic.
Mm-hmm. Beep. Yes, they are. It's one of the speakers that is always going to be around with me as well. 90s and the 18s are never going to go away. And now I finally have something that'll definitely never go away, because I'll just change panels on this thing, and Bob's your uncle.
It's ridiculous how good the theater is.
It's the best product they have in portfolio by far, in my opinion, right now. Like it just kills and murders everything else.
The
I
thing
honestly,
was, like, just people that are newer and don't know, my personal opinion, and I think I can speak for the both of us, the best product they had beforehand, everything considered, was the theater, the stage.
mhm. As far as the how adaptive it was to not just be
Yeah,
within the
and also
B&O
the
environment.
uh, volume, quality, price, if you take everything into account. I mean, it's not
Yes.
like we're just sitting here saying 90s are the best. Well, they are, but considering the whole thing,
Hmm.
it's an elite product. Whereas, like, the best thing they made in their portfolio was definitely the stage, and now it's the theater.
Yes. I just got to get that support going on for the actual projectors and such, and make it a proper theater for some people that not everybody has a movie room, but it's kind of weird that if you were to design a theater with a theater, no pun intended, in it,
Mm-hmm.
that how would you'd have to run sources directly into the bloody thing, or which would be another problem that there currently is. I don't think there's been requests, but I don't think there is support for the Atlanta Matrix yet.
No, but
So,
you could get an LG projector.
well, yeah, but then, like I'm saying, you would have, because you wouldn't want to have, like, running like three HDMI extenders into the back of the theater, right? Because you have to have the sources run through the theater.
Yeah,
It just runs better, because obviously for puck control and whatnot. So why don't you? I would have a HDMI matrix with all the sources plugged into it. One cable going into the back of the theater. There's there's one receiver box, and then from that you'd have two receiver box, one receiver and one sender, and the sender would go from the theater into the projector on the back of the wall with full arc and whatnot, right? So now you can control all of that. And then also you would only have to run one puck table or puck cable into the receiver part from the Atlanta matrix, because then it would just switch puck tables directly on whatever source you're in once that's developed.
yeah. You know,
It's a little convoluted, but it's still it's way better or way more doable, I guess, than like with the Beosystem 4, which doesn't support 4K or none of that, right?
the newer LG projectors run on WebOS, so they should be able to work with the theater with the Beo Remote 1.
Well, yeah, if you can install the app and everything, but
Yeah.
yeah,
So,
Sandeep, you got Matrix. Did you ever get your dealer to sort out the theaters yet, or no?
it's not installed yet.
Oh,
He has, what is it, 8 days to go, I think?
oh. Did you ever have to whip out the ugly LG remote, bro? I will show you an ugly LG remote.
Once. But it's only to change a setting that you can't change with the B&O remote. But after you've done that, then it's all good.
I never even opened the original LG remote. I bought this on Amazon. It's the service remote for the LGs, and it works like a charm, bro. So that doesn't leave my toolbox now.
Because as standard, the LG screens come when you turn them off. You get a massive LG logo that says "Life's Good," and to get to that sub menu, you need to press a mute button. But there's no mute button on this.
That's right.
So that's the only reason since I've had this setup that I actually had to take out the LG remote again.
Yeah, what's the you know what? The benefit of the service remote, all the inputs are everything has a hard button, basically. You can go to some secret menus through like the adjust button. You can adjust the level of brightness, which I think was recommended for the C2 panels, I believe, to go from 100 to an 80 on the setup with the theaters from the tech documents I was reading. Other than that, really nothing. I just don't like the little magic remote because every time your hand moves a little bit, the freaking mouse comes on and it's just all over the map, and then you have to like push it to the corner so it centers itself with it, right? Because it's like a crooked stick sometimes.
I hate that remote so much.
That's the reason. Yeah, that's the reason why I'm like, no. I had one guy try to log himself into the a password, and he's got a shaky hand, bro. It was impossible, man. Like the letters and just this thing's just doing that. I'm like, I'll just put the password in for you. So I just do I get my service remote. I don't even touch the thing anymore. I leave it as it is with the customer. If somebody else wants to open
Guy says we all want to know, how do you picture mute on the LG theater? I don't think you can. Can you? No, I don't think so.
I think you can picture mute. Let's see.
Where?
I don't know. Let's see. I'm gonna turn it on.
Like picture mute list. That. See?
No, that's the options. Okay. Interesting, eh? So you have to have the video on.
Sandeep says the LG screen mute function is buried in the WebOS setting somewhere.
See the service remote.
I don't think it's there. It's at the moment with the 2 series panels.
Yeah, I don't know. It's definitely not here. That's interesting, but it kind of makes sense that you can't turn off the TV because you can't.
Well, you are in quite literally picture mode when you turn that on, because otherwise you're under the music tab. And then the screen doesn't come on. So maybe it's easier if you can somehow figure out whatever source you want to do to use it under your like music button, because then the screen doesn't come on anyway.
What source are we talking about?
Yeah, I don't know, but there must be a source where people want to turn off the panel for.
I guess that's when you need that goofy remote with it, that you can turn it off independently.
Yeah, I haven't been able to find it, but
Yeah, I hadn't had a need for a picture mute, but that's a good point, because there is sometimes that, well, for me, I don't have a reason to use it. But I have people that, or clients that are using like the cable TV music channels, and they always have that nonsense on the screen. So it it burns in the panel even though it changes. In my opinion, it's crazy. Should be able to turn off the screen, but when you turn off the screen, then it doesn't play.
wait, guy says the screen comes on any source, even on Bio Radio, because it doesn't for me.
No, it does not.
It
You
doesn't
need
come.
to.
It doesn't come on when I play Deezer or
Does he have a theater?
yeah with
We're
90s.
assuming. Oh, that's
He's
you.
in the intro.
Well, Shazam, bro. I think you should power cycle your theater and power cycle your TV.
Yeah, because it shouldn't come on for any of the music sources.
No, I have no. Like if I press BNO radio or Deezer, the screen doesn't even like it's completely ignored. I just have the touch panel interface light up and volume information comes on with all like subs and the BNO logo bright. That's it.
Yeah,
And the white light is underneath.
I mean, unless you does he mean HDMI source? Maybe, but like, what?
So what are you airplaying from your Apple TV? I guess then I don't understand how you can get the screen to turn on all the time.
Yeah, I mean, if it's HDMI, maybe go a different input in. Like use the line in thing with one of the Steve's USB-C to line in cables.
Oh, okay, yeah, but it doesn't make sense that it goes through the TV list. DLNA files.
Well, you'll have something to do tomorrow to go through the ROS and figure out how that works.
No, I'm gonna open it right now because like I can. I have the. I'm just gonna do it on BlueStacks so I can actually see this in here.
So let me see if I can. LG G2 picture.
Let's go source startup behavior. So here, I can. Can I share screen? Is he gonna share the whole screen?
I think so.
Oh yeah, this is.
Unless
goofy.
you do share tab or whatever.
Oh, I can share. Start sharing.
Hold on.
No worries.
Where because I can't. I haven't pulled this up yet. Properties. Screen. Let's do that.
There you go. Oh yeah, you gotta shrink me down. Or can I shrink this down?
No, I got it. It's fine.
Sucks that it's such a small letters. Oh, you can just put it down. Yeah, so here we go. So this is the deal, and let's go back. So right from the start, so we go to product settings, and then we go to source startup behavior, DLNA, and then if I do include in the Beo remote list, and I go back, does it actually show? See, it unchecks it for me for some reason. And I think the reason might be that I'm not. Where do I do the DLNA account? Where do I pair this? I think I pair it in my home, don't I?
Yeah, I think so.
No. Here, settings, BeoLink integrations. Oh no, that's for the BeoLink gateway integration thing. No. Weird. Where is the bloody what's it called?
DLNA.
DLNA. Like, how do you sign into Deezer and such? Right? There's gotta be something somewhere.
Is it not under your account?
No, under my account is just this in the preferred store. What does that do? Oh Christ on the cracker. Decline. What happened?
What did you do?
I don't know. Hold on, let me open this app again.
Do I need to blur this before your search history comes up?
No, we're back. So you can't actually. Where do you log in? Because like this used to be a thing, right?
Yeah.
That you can.
I don't know.
If I select the
Music
product,
cogwheel.
sure, you can look where I am at, but there is no. Yeah, there is nothing in the app that would suggest the wireless, no headphones, sound bars, portable televisions.
No, Christian says if you go to the music and cogwheel, then that's where you can add DLNA. Music, cogwheel.
There we go. Okay, right on. Let's see if it'll find my computer. Also, I'm doing this on BlueStacks, so don't expect that this is going to work like it would normally do on the app, because I don't think that the BlueStacks has permission to my Bluetooth and all the innards from the from the computer.
Mm-hmm.
But let's go through the app and find out if we can do that in the app. Because my computer should be shared. I think I have I should have some music on it, I'm certain. So Musica, there we go, DLNA, add, scanning, circling the drain desktop, there we go. Okay, so now if I go to DLNA servers, not yet.
Get down.
What?
I just lost everything because Sandy put in a link and the link doesn't work, and I exit and it loses my whole YouTube side of things. It's still going, but I have no fucking clue what's going on that side.
Nice.
So
okay, so I have the music, but it doesn't show. Let's go to music again. Show all. Yeah, I have no music on my, but it does work. It does work. Not on the BlueStacks app for some reason.
Sandeep, that whatever link you put in there doesn't. To me, it just said something went wrong and I can't view it. So there is that.
Favorite albums. Okay, so it didn't. Maybe if I close that, it'll restart the app, and then I'll lose the window. I think. Let's do that anyways. BlueStacks. I'm very interested in this because it should work. 1 second, it's coming up.
Whatever that YouTube link is for the screen off process, yeah, it doesn't work for me.
Let's go back to this. Start sharing. I think I'm going to screw you up a little.
No, we're still okay.
Okay, good. What was I gonna do? Oh yeah, check here if it is working. No, it doesn't see it from here, but it sees it from the app. So, interesting. I wonder if you actually have to add it, but I don't think it'll find itself because it's looking for a computer that it's on. But then again, it's a virtual app, right? So it should
Yeah.
have something to do. Interesting. I know for a fact you can't pair Bluetooth devices into the BlueStacks, so it's kind of ironic. Let it circle the drain for a bit and see if it works out, but I don't think so. But yeah, dude, this thing is I think it's the best system I've ever owned as far as the TVs go, and I've had a lot of TVs. Okay, we'll just stop saying that. No point. Confirm.
Hi, and welcome.
So apparently this is how you turn off the where do you go? So it's manual, all settings. Right. I'll copy the video URL there.
Throw it in there.
Wait, what?
So what? This goes to the game configuration menu.
Apparently. Oh, you can add it as an option in the menu. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. So edit mode, and then you can go to the game thing, and if you, I guess if you don't game, you can add or delete the game optimizer. I think if you optimize it for gaming once, it should be fine. And then you can add a toggle for screen off.
Connected.
Well, then you have it all the time present, guy, and then you just have to go list options, and then you can turn it off. You can even put it in the top of the...
You have to delete one to add one. Okay, that makes sense. It only gives you so much.
You don't need a B&O remote to do this. You can do the... Or, sorry, you don't need an LG remote to do this.
So you go to Game Optimizer?
And you just delete it.
Oh, I see. Let's go.
Edit, and then you can delete it.
Yes.
And then you go to... What was it? Then you go to the plus sign.
Let's go back to the... Where is the plus sign? Oh, edit plus. Okay. Oh, there we go.
See, and then you have...
I got aspect ratio, game optimizer, sleep timer, quick start, simp link, standby, screen off.
Yeah, and then you add screen off.
Sick.
And then you have the screen off thing always in the sidebar of the menu.
That's pretty cool.
So
let's go back, list options.
And then you...
Sick.
See, and then you can turn screen off, and it won't actually turn the TV off, other than the picture will be off.
Top of the list. Nice. I'm very happy with that. So you learn some every day.
Sweet. So we fixed it. Thank you, Sandeep.
I like it. I like it a lot. Sandeep, I know everything. Don't get too cocky now.
I mean, yeah. I've never had a need for it really, but now you have an option to do that. Sweet.
Well, it's good for me to know, because...
I mean, it would be nice if you could tie it to a button, but... But close enough. If you put it to the top, if you use it that often, then...
I can't come up with an example that I would ever need that.
No, I guess unless you use a DLNA somehow that doesn't work in the theater for whatever reason, and you use the one built into the LG, then fine, okay.
I can't believe I don't have any music on here, dude. That's sad. Yeah, dude. I have zero music. should take my hard drive out from the car. It's like a quarter terabyte of music in the car.
That's plenty.
No, more than that. No, I think there's about 750 gigs of it. So I need to copy some of that stuff over on this computer.
Oh no, this is not what I wanted. Did we? Was anybody aware of this? Apparently, if you buy Swiss watches, you get an Emerge or Beosound. Oh no, sorry, not the Emerge, Explore or EX earbuds with Swiss watches.
That's cool.
I looked it up, and apparently this is such a non-issue for B&O that it's not in any of their press releases.
Well, it's in ours, I guess.
Yeah, so if you buy, was it the Swiss Watch Collective or something? That means, who had this? It's everything except for, I think, Psycho or something. Is it in? I think it's in the general tab. Of course, it isn't. but Rolex and you name it, you over £1,500 dollars. I'm not entirely sure. You get one of this as a gift. It's like, okay,
get some rollies now.
Yeah, I mean, but what's interesting to me is like I went to the B&O press launches thing, and there's no mention of it at all. So either this is like a customer thing where they ordered a bunch of custom EXs and or Explorers.
Probably.
Yeah, but these are all very high-end value brands, right? Like, why not put out a blurb on that?
I don't know. I don't think they have to worry about those guys more than they have to worry about Balenciaga, in my opinion. So
yeah, but
I don't know why they tie themselves into something nice and high end like that. They should, in my opinion. Obviously, they should be cross promoting, or what would you call it? Even not even. It's not. Yeah, it is a cross promotion. Fudge.
Yeah, I mean, I would think so.
Because that awful green that is on the Explorer also very close to the awful green that Rolex uses for their color. It's very close. So I don't know. Has anybody ever tried pairing headphones to the, not theater, I guess, but it's the LG panel itself, right? Because you do have headphones function on the remote control.
Yeah. So yeah, was it the Watches of Switzerland group? And if you buy a watch, you get a box with Beoplay EXs.
Sick. Oh, by the way, we're getting that. What is it? Asian collection or whatever, the red nonsense. Yeah, we're getting that in the shop as well. I think it'll sell pretty quick.
So what is it? Rolex, Breitling, Omega, but not Swatch, IWC, Patek Philippe, etc., all included. So if you buy any of those watches, you get some B&O thing. But it's like,
yeah, but
come on, this
Philippe.
is sure, but B&O wants to be in that realm.
Yeah,
I bet you some Patek Philippe owners own B&O.
If you can spend people basically that own Patek Philippe's,
yeah.
and they definitely own B&O, and a lot.
I mean, if you basically wear the value of easily a set of 90s on your wrist,
if you get like Nautilus, whatever, that's probably 2 pairs.
Yeah, but where the fuck is the press release about this? Just mention them. Like,
it wasn't even on the Instagram, wasn't it?
No, it's good. Good for your Google search results, though. I'm looking for a Rolex. Have you thought about B&O speakers?
I
mean,
yeah.
That's more or less how all this cookies and marketing and nonsense works anyway.
Pair H9s. Yeah, I'm gonna pair the portals. What I'm really wondering, because they advertise right in the LG thing that they support Bluetooth headphones with surround.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if this is what they support, or if I plug in the dongle from the portals, would the TV actually recognize it and push full Dolby Atmos in?
Speaking of that, are they EOL already, the portals? Because they're
What?
gone everywhere.
No.
They're not on
I
the main site anymore.
was just about to head. No way, really.
Yeah.
It feels bad, bro, because those are those were excellent headphones.
I mean, I fucking love these things. These are one of the best headphones they've made in for fucking ever, really. Like, I like them over the...
Yeah, they're gone, you're right.
Over
Weird.
the H95s even. But, I mean, I also... I'm pretty sure they wanted to sell more than they did. And maybe it was a wrong time, wrong place, and the Xbox version were a bit dodgy at the beginning. But the PC PlayStation version is fucking fantastic. I mean, and I think viewers that watch us regularly know this, that I absolutely adore these, and I would say get these over H95s even. So I'm a bit miffed as in, like, what the fuck happened? Why are they gone already?
Just like that.
I mean, when were they launched? Like 10 months ago.
Yeah, I don't understand the reason why they've discontinued them.
Because also as a chassis, they're so comfortable.
But we both wear them.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
yeah, I don't know. It feels bad that they're gone for sure. Hopefully they have at least some for the replacement. I should probably get another band, because you can apparently order the replacement headband. I have no idea how in the hell you change that, but I haven't gone down that far of the B&O's rabbit hole in BeoCampus. But I mean, I put in good 30 hours in it already.
I mean, I hope this is a production fluke, or like we can't make enough, but I have a feeling that it's not that, and they just quietly EOL'd them.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because the EQs are gone as well.
Yeah, but I don't miss those.
No, sure, but those are just all of a sudden dropped as well. So now I guess the joke no longer is that it's a headphone company making some speakers, because there's only 3 available headphones right now.
Well, maybe they got the point.
Yeah, but then drop the HXs, not the portals.
Yeah, I would agree. Maybe it's a licensing issue of some sort. They don't want to pay Microsoft money for having the Dolby Atmos license on the... I don't know. Like, I honestly cannot elaborate on that.
I mean,
I'm just surprised that they're gone.
I have a feeling this is partially like, I think the captain, was it Monday, said that, or Sunday, that his local dealer had a pair brand new for sale for €200. And I've seen a few of those here and there, and to my thinking was like, either something's going on, or maybe it's just dealers that have been sitting on them for a few months and are like, it's just in the way. Because I mean, for the target audience, the portals, I guess, were kind of expensive. Because all the sort of Logitech, sort of gamery headphones with like proper boom mics and that sort of thing. Like
RGB lights.
Yeah, the expensive version of that was like €300, and these were 500. So, I mean, I do get it. I mean, when your headphones are half the price of the actual console you play on, it's a bit skewed.
Yeah, but then again, bro, like, it's B&O, man. Like, you gotta pay. You're paying for the materials and stuff, right? Like, it's not just...
Sure, but H4 Gen 2s were €300 when new. I mean, that's more in the realm of sort of gamer. And don't get me wrong, I still love these, and I'm going to wear these until they're basically going to disintegrate, because they work fantastic. But it's like, whew.
I'm watching a battery replacement video for him, so yeah. I think I'm gonna order some batteries just to have spare.
I mean, out of all the headphones that could have dropped, I'm very curious about what happened here.
Yeah, I don't
Because
know. I honestly haven't heard. This is the first time I'm hearing about this as well.
I did hear somewhere a sneaky little person told me they were sitting on quite a lot of inventory.
Well, that's probably why they dropped the price on them too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be rude and make another cup of coffee.
That's okay.
I'll mute the machine.
As long as you're not swearing.
Oh,
I think, though, we kept it to a minimum.
you didn't.
Bleep, bleep, bleep.
So yeah, well, we're pretty good. We're doing good. As soon as this fires up, I'm gonna mute myself for a bit. Oh, there it is.
I'll poll this. Did you buy some portals? People, let us know, because I really want to know where how everybody else is. Like, is our audience mainly speaker people, or is it more the portable gear? Or
I think there's more people with systems in the house than cash and carry products.
That doesn't necessarily exclude people because I bought these. Like, these weren't like a gift or anything. It's like I used them for a bit for a review, and it's like, fuck, these are good. I'm buying these.
Mm-hmm. I gotta be very careful with that kind of stuff when I bring stuff home from B&O, because it never goes back, bro. It sucks. The one thing I'm proud of myself. I did return the balance. Remember when I was still in the Airbnb in Laval? Yeah, that thing was crazy. I'm like, ooh, I'm gonna buy that, and then I let it go, and then I had an install where I don't know. Okay, here's the weirdest thing ever. We did a setup with the theater and an emerge, right? Because you wanted like a link speaker in the other room. For the life of it, you could not AirPlay into the speakers. It really just was. It threw me off. The BeoLink worked no problem, but as soon as he would you could AirPlay from the iPad, but not from his phone. It's nice to look at, well, son of a bitch, I'm gonna buy a new phone, right? So he bought an iPhone 13, same problem.
Huh?
Will not AirPlay. It stopped working also on the iPad now. Products are connected. Went through the product health, like they're 100% as far as the Wi-Fi coverage and all that. What else? Could it be something inside the router? Because they're using the generic whatever the Bell nonsense comes with.
Mm-hmm.
Because the BeoLink works. Like if you turn on Deezer and you join the Emerge, no problem. So, and he's like hour and a half away from the city. So, blah, blah. I'm like, you know what, because we brought two Emerges. One was supposed to be a gift. So I'm like, okay, leave this one with you and we'll take this one because I think it's defective. Not that it's defective, there's something wrong. I just don't know what, right? So I brought it home, factory reset it, set it up on my account. That was the Oak one. And that was Sunday. No, when was that? That was Monday. Yeah, Monday we did the job. Monday night and Tuesday I bought the goddamn Emerge. Because I brought the Oak one back, and then I found out that they're never gonna make the anthracite anymore. I'm like, you know what? As much as I hated that thing, I think it just everything here is black and white as far as the accents and the handles and all the trinkets in the apartment. So I figured, you know what? I'll just take it and put it in the bathroom. I don't really have to look at it much. It's nice, sleek, and slender. It's better than the M3. Keep my door open with it. That's a sacrilege. So, yeah. Another thing that bugs me on the theater is if you have a Halo remote and you just press play on the last source, and the last source, let's say, was YouTube.
Yeah.
it turns the screen on, or it turns on, but it doesn't turn the screen on, which is weird. Here, play, and then this just turns, and that's that. And essentially, in the remote itself, it says TV, which is kind of weird for the source itself.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't on TV, it was on YouTube, and I have TV specifically selected as do not appear on the Beo Remote 1. So dear BNO, have your guys look at the Halo. I will write up an article about it so that I don't have my freaking ghoulies busted that I'm just talking about this on the podcast, but I don't inform the BNO. So I will write up an I guess ticket for it so they can look into it. Also, my timer stopped working. I don't know if anybody's using timers. I woke up again at 3 a.m. to my music still. Well, I was listening to comedy, so just I woke up to Lewis Black, which is not necessarily surprising.
Was he doing that?
Yeah, screaming and shit. So, like, it's 3 o'clock in the goddamn morning because they shut the thing off. But yeah, the timers do not work whatsoever as far as the standby.
Yeah, I'm just a normal person. I go off and I go to bed.
Well, I'm not really used to that anymore. Well, I gotta get used to it again, but I still to this day walk into the bathroom and the lights don't turn on after me. I'm like,
I have to do this.
I just do karate chop the fucking switches, man. Son of a bastard. I hate it here. Like
that 80s cartoon comics, like kapap.
That's right. Both on. No dim. I hate it. So I'm either going to put some Lutron in here, man. I need 9 dimmers, fudge. Well, 7 dimmers and 2 keypads, because I'm gonna put a keypad in the bathroom and keypad in the kitchen here. So, and a couple aux sensors, because yeah, like I had it all managed by the gateway, right? I just say, Google, I'm going to bed, and everything would shut off, and then 20 minutes later it turns off the music as well. So I never had to be really thinking about it. And if I've forgotten to press the button or say it, or just passed out, right? You know, sometimes I came in a little more liquored up than usual, time traveling. So then the gateway on its own would turn off the lights at 2 o'clock and turn everything off at 2:30. No, it turned off the TV at 2 o'clock and 2:30 was the light. So it gives you the, little bit of buffer. But I always would wake up in the morning to the system being all reset to off, where with this little timer issue here, it's not possible to do.
Apparently we're equal for swearing.
I don't think so. I think Mikey's ahead by a few F-bombs for sure.
I generally don't say F a lot.
Yeah, but you just portaled it today. So, yeah, I know nothing about portals as well. I don't think that they are discontinued. And if it is, I think it's a mistake, because I wouldn't. That's why would you take that product off the portfolio? I would rather go if you guys buried the HXs in the back of the yard than.
I mean, the HXs are really, really pretty, and they may have the edge of pretty over the portals, but is that a reason to buy them?
Bro.
Yeah, I'd rather have the functionality and the comfort of the portals. Like, I can wear these portals for a good 6 to 8 hours without problem.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas, like, H95s and HXs, it's like they get a bit annoying after, like, 2 to 3. And it gets progressively worse with the H95s when you wear glasses, for me, anyway. Because the cushions are a lot firmer on H95s. Not in a bad way, not uncomfortable, but when you wear glasses, it becomes noticeable because you literally feel that bend.
Yeah. They're pushing against the stems.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, I don't know. I think we have some portals in stock still anyway, so I'm not too worried. I'm not worried at all, actually, because I have my set, so And
Yes, same. I feel it's such a shame because the portals are so bloody good. It may be the marketing and things and that. Ooh, it's super gamery, but
are they really? I think they're very they're good sounding in music. The noise cancellation is absolutely amazing. Transparency mode is insane. Especially like I've used it multiple times, just sitting in a Stogie's bar having a cigar, and I was on a phone with my buddy in Calgary, but I could hear people talking and passing by me from behind, like you would with your ears if you didn't have the headphones on, which is weird that they simulate that perfectly. And I think that a lot of that has to do with the processing that has the Dolby Atmos thing in it. That
I think it's, what is it, 8 mics, so 4 per.
I think it's 4
Yeah.
altogether. I don't know. So,
Thank you,
Pablo,
Pablo.
welcome to the D Leader. There you go. Salute. But yeah, it's I would say, yeah, it feels bad if they're discontinued, but I love the portals. I game on them a lot, man. It's pretty cool playing. What is I play do now? Left 4 Dead 2
Yeah.
online with people. It's hilarious.
I mostly
And
use
you can
them
hear.
for music, but in the last, I don't know, 10 days, I've started gaming again, and it's like, God, they're good for gaming.
Mm-hmm.
And then yesterday, for the first time in probably 5 years, I watched a film on computer, Black Adam, which as a film was sort of like, it's okay. It's like when you're used to Marvel superhero movies, this DC thing is sort of like, yeah, this is not the same. The villains are less believable, that sort of thing. But as just a flick to watch, it was actually kind of good. And I watched it I watched the Dolby Atmos version with this on, and it was like, it's basically like sitting in a cinema.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Yeah.
the bass is good. Yes, my shirt doesn't vibrate, but like you feel like.
Yeah, maybe that's the solution for me when I want to do a late night movie, because I can't fire up the stove on the theater here and just start blasting people. That's not gonna go good.
I mean, I've connected them to the TVs as well, and it's actually kind of nice that your remote or like volume up and down works with the TV, like on Bluetooth, and you can like skip track, or skip track becomes next channel.
You know what I have a problem with, and it's on both of my phones. Well, the S10 died now, horrible death. It's completely out. So I'm running with this Ulufsen deal, the brick.
Mm-hmm.
But when I get a phone call, it doesn't matter if it's through the WhatsApp or through the regular phone. I guess you could call phone line or phone number, right? Like through the cell network. I can only turn the volume down, but I cannot turn the volume up. I have to do it from the volume up button on the device. Always had that problem. I always had that problem with the portals. Doesn't matter if you just fucking rephone it, press hard, whatever, slide gracefully, does not turn it off. I mean, does not turn it up. It turns it down, no problem. Will not turn it up.
That's super weird. I've never had that issue with Apple before.
Well, I'm not Apple.
Yeah, no, I know, but I'm just as a qualifier, right? Like, what is it, an iPhone 11, I think? Like, they're so the same that I've stopped caring many years ago that I now use an Apple phone for like 5 years or whatever it is. Because there's no point in upgrading, so I don't even know what I have. But it's an older one. It's at least 2 years old, and no issue with that. But it's... Could it be the specific Android version of that phone? Did it... Do you remember if it did anything of the sort with your Samsung?
Same problem. They both have the same issue, and it's a different operating system, obviously. They have the same issue.
Gabriel asks, do you think... do you still do you still think doing the motorized wall mount will cause rattles? No, the wall mount is solid as fuck.
It depends on your wall. That's the only thing that I'll say, because if you and this is wall mount or motorized or not, if you're in North America and you put the damn thing over top of the fireplace, it is not the theater that'll rattle. It's the fireplace that'll rattle, because you can't control that, and they're not built to, sustain a vibration of that level where you'll never have that. Like, I don't know what you would have to burn in order to have the fireplace rattling, right?
Yeah.
So, and the screen and all that nonsense inside, it's a complete disaster. Now, if you live in Europe and you put it on a brick wall, you have no issues. You have absolutely no issues. So the only thing that I would advise, I guess, would be, I think the wall bracket also comes with the 6 little like felt pads.
Swedish
very
20
thin.
centimeter concrete. Yeah, that'll be fine.
So yeah, the only thing that I would do is even with like hockey tape or fabric tape, rather, I call it, put it on where the metal touches metal. That's about it.
Yeah.
But other than that, you will have no problems. This is the install that I've done a few weeks back, I guess now. No rattles whatsoever. And this is it's a load bearing column that's drywalled around, right? So it's all metal studs, and there is plywood in there because this was a media TV placement to begin with from the very get go. So the wiring infrastructure is all there. But yeah, absolutely no problem whatsoever. And then, yeah, you can swing it out whichever, well, not whichever, there's only one way to go, right? This one goes towards the room, away from the sofas and the glass.
But you can flip it around and go the other way, right?
You can, yeah, but that's not something that you do on the fly. Like, you either
No,
install
but
it that
it's a
way.
choice
Yes.
you make when installing.
Yeah, but now they come unidirectional, which is great, whether like the Avants or not. So you either go right hand or left hand, and then if you move, then the right hand sucks, then you got to buy a left hand because touche.
So be sure about that. But if you wall mount it and don't move it, there's really no point in buying the electric wall bracket. Just saying, because they're not cheap.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's again C2 panel, the better panel.
Yes. No, this is G2, bro.
Sorry, that's what I meant. God damn it.
Yeah, this is G2. The only thing that I would also suggest when you install that panel for yourself, these little stickers, like where the HDMI cable is, I removed them off of my TV because I still see behind of it because I'm at the balcony. I don't like the labels.
Like,
and at the end of the day, you're not going to really mess with them anyways. But behind that cover, there's a huge sticker. Yeah, you can peel that off. And there's such low quality adhesive on them that if you put the cable manager that B&O supplies with the LG plate covers, they sometimes peel off. So just take the thing, and that's what can cause the vibration, because now you have that piece hanging loose within the metal against metal. You will definitely have a vibration. So I just take that sticker with sources off completely, because you should be plugging everything into the theater anyways. And I just stick them on. I did it on my TV that way.
You could also get out a hairdryer and loosen the glue a little bit if it's stuck a bit better.
Yeah, I don't carry, but I do have rubbing alcohol that you can cotton swab it out. Because rubbing alcohol, even if you spill it in electronics, it's not going to short anything out because it's not conductive.
Oh, so it's just vaporize in like a minute or two.
Yeah. Yeah,
like
but it's not
dry.
like you're pouring a bottle over top of it, right? Like, this is not freaking.
But even if you do, give it 5 minutes, the whole place will smell like a bar, but it'll be dry.
Like, yeah, the only thing that, in my eyes, and the same thing that I have a problem with here, is I ran a cord. It's a white cord. It's very hard to see it, I guess, on camera, but it's, so I put it inside the VESA mount box thing, and you can see behind there's a little white. When you had the back of the thing, there is a little spot where you can see the white cables. As I can see the same thing, so I have to put some black Velcro on there so you can see right there.
The things we
That's
worry about.
unacceptable. This is unacceptable.
And what
So-
about this piece? Ooh,
I have to-
zoom
I
in,
have to call the
CSI.
I have to call in my client and tell him I have to come over and put some black tape over top of this because I can't sleep.
Enhance.
So yeah, but you know what though, that's the level of detail that I look at VNO when it comes to making a beautiful installation and stuff. So yeah, that's my bad on my side on that one because I completely missed it. But won't ever happen again.
My God. I don't think they'll ever see this until you point it out.
No, but I have a disease like that. It's a professional disability, I think I would call it. So, yep.
Well, I mean, yeah. Well,
Devil's in the details, homie.
yeah, I know. But
So-
you have to be wanting to sit behind your device. I guess the only reason you are is because you go on your balcony.
Yeah, but if you sit on that chair, right, and the TV swung out because your wife is doing cooking and whatever into the kitchen, and you're just sitting there reading a book, you're eventually going to notice the damn thing. You're like, why is that white thing in there? Wonder.
You mean a Biosystem 4 manual?
So yeah, that's exactly it. But yeah, that's those are the things that catch my eye when I do installations, I guess. But that's what makes me what I am, right? And how I am. So and that's why people want me to put their systems together because they trust me 100% and they know it's going to be done right.
Yeah, this is why there's no bloody dust on the skirting board or on the floor.
No, because I actually bring a vacuum to the job. How do you not assume that you're not going to cut a wall or there's shit not going to fall off the wall when you're doing something? Because even if when you take the plates out to pull the cables out, there's still drywall dust, and especially in the new builds or whatever, where I was the only weirdo that I went around when my mom's house was built and they finished the drywall. I went and I vacuumed all the plugs, all the receptacle holes, right? Because they always leave the drywall dust and everything else in it. And that's the first thing I do when I go to the client's house. And when I open the electrical outlet or whatever, I pull it out, vacuum the inside, so then all the dust and soot and nonsense doesn't come out. Yes, it's a loud vacuum, but you know what? I'd rather have it loud than quiet. And with the little broom and sweep in my hands and shit.
Or all the styrofoam bubbles from all the
Oh,
bloody packaging
dude.
now. Because you're going to have those forever if you don't clean them up immediately.
We usually try to open the TVs in the hallway of the apartments.
Yeah, makes sense.
Let them worry
Especially
about
that
it. Especially
LG styrofoam it's functional, but it's very brittle.
It's very crummy, yeah. Or crumbly, I guess. I don't know what the proper word is. It's not brittle.
Yeah.
It's tough as hell, but it crumbs away right away. As soon as, especially those two cardboard infolds for the handles, when you start pulling those, they just balls are falling everywhere.
Yeah.
Staticky too. So yeah, that's one thing, but
Especially if you have speaking from personal experience, if you have anybody with cats and or dogs, they will definitely appreciate if that's not in the house, because pets will go, "Hey, what's that?"
Sniff it, get it in their nose, and whatever.
Yeah.
So.
Or it doesn't smell like anything. Let me lick it.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I bet you one of my cats is silly enough to think it's potentially a cookie. So.
Yeah, you never know, right? And obviously, animals perceive things differently than we are. And yeah, I just keep it clean, man. You gotta keep it clean, no matter what.
I'm still sorry to keep back to it, but I'm still really bummed about portals.
I'll find out on Tuesday because tomorrow's closed as to what is happening, and I'll let you know.
Yeah, it's I don't know. It's just such a great chassis. If nothing else, if there is a replacement, if for whatever reason they gave too many issues, I hope they keep the chassis and use different internals.
I just, you know what? If you want to disco the portals, go ahead, but put something in there that has the same functionality when it comes to the gaming headphones.
Yes. I mean, I think maybe it's the marketing where it went full on gaming and nothing else is.
But also, I think there's a big shift that I've seen, like even the streams. You know, you asking what was I watching before the podcast, and like that guy, I've been watching him for like since COVID, so like 2 years, two and a half years, some whatever, 3 years now almost. Jesus, like we got 2 more months till the 3 years of fan pandemic happened. And he started off with this huge black RGB with a huge boom mic, right? And he looked like one of those coaches on a football game
God,
with his big Motorola or whatever. But so he had that, and then he went to different headphones without the boom mic because then he got a microphone.
Mm-hmm.
And now I don't think even if he's wearing something, it's probably like earbuds, or he's just listening to it as it is because he's got a mic that cancels out his, I guess, side of the computer. And not like I see a lot more streamers not really wearing the headphones.
Well, it depends on how long you stream. If you do a 12-hour stream, the in-ears kind of make sense.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, and your head gets less warm. And if you're streaming that long with a lot of viewers, you can probably afford more decent in-ears.
I know.
I mean, you can actually cast them. Like, you never get those sore spots if you cast them for your own ears, like where you have the sort of molds of your ears taken.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but those are what now? You're talking $1,000 at least, or whatever.
No, they start at about 400.
Do you have to pour the wax into your head yourself, or you go somewhere to get it done?
No, you go somewhere. That pouring thing is, I think, or it used to be up to like 2 years ago, something like €200, and then you had very average sounding. Like you could go the whole Shure route, as in the microphone brand, and get like electrostats that are custom made, and then yes, you spend like 1,500 or whatever. But that's like 90s for your ears, as in like in-ear thing. But you don't have to go that silly.
I would probably, but we don't do it often enough.
I mean,
we've done it long enough.
Do you know does anybody know if Instagram is actually a thing in China? Or
I don't think they got Instagram there. It's called something different because they don't have TikTok, right? It's called Douyin or whatever. So and they don't have stupid people dancing and shit. Like they have actual educational videos in there.
I mean, but I'm just wondering, like, I understand they made this for the Chinese New Year and whatnot, and I actually like the colors.
Mm-hmm.
But it's...
Oh, Philip Robin says Instagram is banned in China, so these are definitely just... I guess,
but it's made for the Chinese market mostly. So why, if this is not seen in China, why promote it here?
Because it's probably they're using a different platform to show it in China. In my opinion.
I mean, I'm just thinking like
you have Deezer here, but you don't have QPlay, right? But it still shows in the source. Yeah. So I think it's the same thing. Like they have something that we don't have here because obviously they don't do that. Those are awfully close together, emerges there. It doesn't work like stereo like that.
I'm just thinking like, as per always, when something is going slowly or EOL, let's see how much they marketed it on something as simple as Instagram, because you can post more than one picture a day and it doesn't cost you anything.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I'm through like 30 odd pictures now, and no, these are H95s. I haven't seen any portals yet.
No, I think that this is directly meant for Chinese market.
You can
Chinese
order
market
them
is huge
here.
for Hmm?
You can order them here.
We're gonna have some in stock apparently. Everything sells in Montreal, bro.
Because
There's
online
all
they're
kinds of
already
people.
sold out, I think.
I don't think it's. I think it said not available for sale online. Let's see here. No, not in stock online. Get notified when in stock. Okay, so I guess they are sold out maybe online.
I mean, the H95s are pushed quite a bit, but as people can follow me, I'm scrolling and I still haven't seen any portals.
Well, at least we're seeing a lot of theater, which I like that.
Yeah. For the same argument's sake, I haven't seen any Beolab 50s or 90s either, but... Or
You know what? I'm good with it for now if they're pushing the theater, but I think they should be pushing the theater also with a set of 50s on the side or behind or around and 90s. And I haven't seen a like back in when the 90s came out, there was the ultimate picture or ultimate system setup was the 90s with the Avant 85, right?
Yeah.
On a floor stand. Like, why don't we have a 77 theater with the 90s picture in that concrete room? I think that would look sweet.
Yeah, there is a picture of the Harmony like that. In that fantastic, like seriously fantastic ad they had for home cinema. That it's on their where was it? Like where you actually see somebody get goosebumps.
There's Harmony. Feels bad for that TV now because it's other than like the 83,
I see 50s.
It's almost dead in the water, that TV.
But they're not the focus of the picture.
Yeah, they're covered by a Beosound too.
Yeah. Let's see.
That's H95s, HXs, yeah. Was all the chip animation nonsense there.
Yeah, you know what? We're basically there, but I'm gonna... This is the one I meant.
Oh yeah, I've seen that video.
Like, this is an especially great ad. Like, please, more of this. This was like, this is your mojo bag.
Mm-hmm.
And now, especially with the theater and Atmos, yes, please.
Yeah, and it's no word to lie, dude. Like 50s, 90s, they give you goosebumps. Like, those speakers are it's just insane experience watching movies. Insane experience watching movies.
I mean, and I must confess that ever since having the theater, I can really feel the 50s being way more active in the bass than they ever were before.
Really?
Yeah, like you feel them now. Like before, you heard them and you heard them well, and especially with movies, they much more take the sort of role of classic sub from the front.
Mm-hmm.
To the point where, like, even at volume 50, 55, now I'm like, woo! And before I was like, at 70, I started to go, we're getting there. But it's that new way of doing bass where it's like, ooh, I actually feel like rumbling and shaking and things. To the point where it's kind of scary. Because you can tell they're nowhere at their limit, and it's more like the room is at its limit.
Yeah, dude, it's yeah, for me, I haven't really watched the movie. I gotta renew my I'm debating, should I open my Netflix back up? Is it worth it? Or should I do the Prime Video? Right? Because Netflix has more garbage than anything else. Like, I don't care for those, politically corrected shows now that they have in there and whatnot.
Wait, you don't want to watch like My Christmas Love and
bro,
and In the Mind of a Dog?
I'd rather I'm just gonna keep it clean. So But yeah, I think we managed pretty well with the ambush of restrictions that came in today.
Well, I can give you access to my Plex server. You can watch some Atmos stuff.
So I just I installed the app. We'll talk offline. Nobody needs to know this. I get arrested by freaking some Karen police over here. No streaming in the apartment. What?
I wasn't. I was just VPNing to places you couldn't see.
Right. That's right. So yeah, I don't know what my week will bring this week because it's pretty slow in the shop. Very slow in the shop.
January.
Actually.
It's always slow on January, isn't it?
So yeah, and I'm not fully ready to leave for Halifax, even though I might book it for next week and then just leave on Monday because it's a 12-hour drive, 12 and a half hour drive to get all the way to Halifax. I don't know if I want to pull it all in one day. Maybe I'll stop at New Brunswick, which is halfway, and stay a night and then go just to feel out the road, right? Because if I'm gonna go back the other way, then I'll know that I don't have to stay in New Brunswick.
If it was Europe, I would say do it in a day. But since it's Canada and supposedly you're gonna get another winter storm somewhere soon, 12 hours.
Well, that's the thing, right? It's, if the shit hits the proverbial fan with the weather, then your 100 kilometers an hour speed limit is becoming now 30, and that's if
and
you
you're still
don't
ice
drive
skating,
the car
well,
it's not even that, but it's I've been in conditions where the crosswind is so strong that you cannot see the road in front of you, and there's two dangers now. One, you don't know where the turn is, so you're going to either go off the road into the snowbank, or two, you put your hazards on and you stop and then hope to God you don't get rear-ended.
Yeah, so, neither of which are fun.
No, and it's a very shaky knee situation, and I don't want to put myself in that predicament where, I got rolled off the highway with logging truck going on in May in the middle of beautiful day in the summer. So I could only imagine how much better it can get with minus 20 and some snow and shit. So we'll see. I won't document anything because I'm very bad with taking pictures. I'm actually surprised that I've remembered to take one photo of the last install. And yeah. C'est la vie, I guess.
Yeah. Well, at least we solved Guy's problem with the screen off tonight.
Yeah.
On the fly. Thank you, Sandeep. And thank you, Guy, for asking. But yes, B&O should still have a button for it. Would be nice.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Pablo, for becoming a member. Don't forget to email me because at this tier you can be a guest on the show if you want. But I need some more info because I need to be able to talk to you about that. And as for everybody else, won't be on tomorrow, will be on Tuesday. And I don't know what we'll do yet, but we'll figure it out. And I hope to God the portals aren't EOL. But
I'll find out.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you all very much for watching. Once again, thank you, Pablo. And see you all in the next one. And I'll roll the outro now. Bye, everybody.
Take care.
But until then